Stay tuned, your daily dose starts now. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a good break. It's January 17th, 2008, and I'm Amy Sinecki. 26-year-old Omar Osama bin Laden has been making headlines with his peace crusade. The fourth of 19 children of the famously hated terrorist and al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden first made the news when he married a 52-year-old Brit, then named Jane Felix Brown, who now goes by Zaina Alsba last April. Omar, along with his bride, plan on taking a 3,000-mile horse race across North Africa in order to gather publicly for his cause for peace. He believes that although the world might not believe it, not all bin Ladens think there's only one way of defending Islam, and he intends on being an ambassador for peace between the West and Muslims. Their expected departure date will be sometime this March, with no solid plans yet made, due in part to seeking the appropriate approval from the governments that will be on their route. They also plan on finding sponsors for the event and to raise money for the children who are victims of war. U.S. abortion rates are currently at their lowest since 1974. In 2005, rates averaged around 1.2 million as opposed to 1990's 1.6 million reported abortions. The Guttmacher Institute, which surveyed the various abortion providers of the nations, said that the possible reasons for this decline could include lower levels of accidental pregnancies, an increase in difficulty to obtain abortions, and better use of contraceptives. Still, Institute President Sharon Camp said that in 2005, 1 out of every 5 pregnancies ended in abortions. Abortion rates are typically higher in the northeastern states such as New York, Delaware, and New Jersey, while rural areas such as Mississippi, Wyoming, Utah, and South Dakota had lower rates. One factor to this may be one factor to take into consideration is that the numbers also include non-residents that travel to these states to legally perform such operations. Okay, let's shift it over now to Andy Greenberg with sports.
Time for your Daily Dose Sports Report. So much has happened in the world of sports since we all left UA for winter break, but I've been keeping my eye on the NFL playoffs. By the end of this Sunday, America will know who will be representing the AFC and the NFC in Super Bowl 42. The New England Patriots are taking on the San Diego Chargers as their quest for an undefeated season continues. And amid their triumph is Randy Moss and his alleged assault charge, which he claims is false. But if anyone can play at a higher level when surrounded by controversy, it's Randy Moss. I give the Patriots this game even though I picked the Bolts to win it all at the beginning of the season. The other side of the league has the Green Bay Packers hosting the New York Giants. Grizzled playoff veteran and Super Bowl champion Brett Favre will lead his team against a finally proven quarterback in Eli Manning. After constant criticism over not being able to win the big game, Eli led his team over the top-seeded Dallas Cowboys last week. I'm taking the Cheeseheads here. They'll crush the G-Men in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, never looking back. Next week, you'll get my pick for Super Bowl champion, but for now, let's shift over to basketball. Did anybody think that the Portland Trail Blazers would sit on top of the Northwest Division at the start of 2008? It isn't too often you see a team lose their first overall draft pick to injury and still rattle off a 13-game winning streak. Watch out next year when they have Greg Oden back as he'll suit up alongside LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy, making Portland the team to beat in the West. That's it for me. Stay tuned for weather with Jesse Brown.
I see those clones looking down on me, but unlike those clones, this dog is free. But it's a dog.
Sports, welcome back. I hope you all had a great break. Let's see what this week's weather has for us. Tonight's going to be clear skies, the low of 30 degrees. Friday is going to be sunny with a high of 60 and a low of 32. Friday will be sunny with a high of 63 and a low of 35. Sunday is going to be sunny again with a high of 66 and a low of 38. And Monday is going to be sunny with a high of 65 and a low of 40. That's all I have for weather. Have a great weekend.
There's nothing worse than a stinging mosquito bite, especially one that carries a disease such as malaria, yellow fever, or West Nile virus. But if UA researchers have it their way, mosquito bites may soon be few and far between. Researchers are looking for a molecule that would be harmless to humans, but deadly to mosquitoes to reduce the risk of disease. The molecule could also be Sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Mosquito bites may soon be few and far between. Researchers are looking for a molecule that would be harmless to humans but deadly to mosquitoes to reduce the spread of disease. The molecule could also be turned into an insecticide and then sprayed in places where mosquitoes live and nest. The researchers also hope to develop an oral insecticide which people can take in heavily populated mosquito communities. As a result of a bizarre turn of events involving a man and a woman, who also happen to be husband and wife, and brother and sister. Wait, that's not all. They're also twins. The couple had met earlier in their lives and had felt an unexplained attraction and ended up tying the knot. After discovering this unknown link, a British court annulled the couple's union in London. This event and several others are spearheading a move to legally require more information on birth certificates given to adopted children. Independent legislator Lord David Alton points out that currently British law does not provide adopted children with information concerning their biological parents, including those produced through in vitro fertilization, and birth certificates need only state the mother's maiden name. Parents also are not required to divulge information on whether their child was a result of donated sperm. This kind of missing information can at the very least cause incestual relations to arise. Well, that's all we have for you today. But don't forget to watch Shock Treatment at 7, Joshua at 9, Toxic Avenger at 12, and Walk the Line at 2. I'm Amy Sinecki. Have a great evening.